Hey guys, Twins here, and today we're doing percentages in our head! Okay guys, so do you find it hard to do percentages in math class? Or worse, when you're out at a store and you see 25% off of something and you don't know really what it is, you just guess, like you can get ballpark area. Or even worse, when you're on a date and the bill comes and you have to pull out an app to leave the tip. Well, we got a method that you can do these percentages in your head really quick. And it follows a philosophy that we at TEG believe in. And you may, if you're just stumbling on this video and you do know how to do percentages and you just want to see what this bozo is talking about, you might be aware of it. So, what we like to do is break things down into the 10, 5, and 1% versions of them, of the number that you have. So, and we'll just show you real quick how it is. Alright, so let's just say for simple purposes, this is going to be the only time I'm writing stuff down in this video, so here we go. So let's say we got 10, right? Just a simple number. I'm writing like that. So when you want to take 10% of that, you just move the decimal place one place to the left, right? So that leaves you 1, and that's 10%. Okay. So then 5% is nothing more than half of 10%. So what we do is you take half of 10% and that gives you 0.5. So we're saying that 5% of 10 is 0.5. And then even easier, 1% is nothing more than 10% one more time to the left. See, this is 10%, so then this is going to be 1%. So 1% is 0.1. And all these three values are all you need in order to do any calculation in your head. Because then you can break it down even farther and do 0.5%, right? 0.5% is nothing more than half of 1%. So that's 0.05 for this specific number. Any other number. But the thing is once you have these values, you can do any combination. Like you can do 1250. You want to know what 5% of 1250 is? Let's take 10% first. So 10% is going to give you what? 125. That's 10%. Then you take half of that, right? So what's half of 5%? Half of 5% is you got 6, and so you got 0.625. Alright, so that's 5% of 1250. And you just did that in your head, just based off...
You meant to say half of 10%.
Oh, half 10%. So you're able to do that in your head, this small number for this, just because you know what 10% is.
So if it said 5% off of 1250, you would just then take this and subtract it from 1250.
Oh, yeah, we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that. All right, but then you're saying, okay, Brian, but then these are some easy intervals. Let's do a hard one. Okay, so what's 7% then, smart guy? Well, here we go. This is the philosophy that we're following. 7% is nothing more than 5% plus 1% plus 1%. 1%, right? So what is that? That's 0.625 plus 1%. Remember, 1% is nothing more than a second place, so it's 0.125. So plus 0.125 plus 0.125.
And it's just simple addition.
And then it just becomes simple addition, right? So this right here goes to 25, duh. So this is 0.25 plus 0.625. Okay, and then we just get down a little farther, and you get 0, bring the 1, get 5, and, oh Jesus, you get 7, 5. Alright, hold on. So this right here equals 7, 5.
No one would think of you any less of you if you took out a calculator to do 7%, though, because that is, it's one of the weird ones. But if you're doing 10 or 20%, you don't need a calculator for those two. Or 50%.
Alright, hold on. I'm writing this wrong. I'm looking at it differently. So it's 0.625 and then 0.25. Alright, that's why. Okay, that's why. So this is 0.875. I don't know why I was doing it. Okay, so this is so 7% is 0.875.
So if the weird store you went into says 7% off of $12.50, boom,
you would say is 0.875. But that's the point I'm trying to say is 7% is a weird percentage, right? But not when you break it down like that. So now the other thing that we're trying to say. You can take that, and like I'm saying, you can put that on any number. Just as long as you follow this simple formula by breaking it down into these easy, very easy percentages, and then you just add up the individual intervals like this, add up the individual intervals like this that make up that odd percentage, and then you're straight. You're golden. Now the other part that we're trying to talk about. And this is something that is very, very advanced. This is more along the lines, even though it might sound strange, this is more along the lines of quantum physics, where you make, and just follow me with this, you make the assumptions up front, and then at the end, the result will be very close, very approximate to the actual number, that it doesn't matter that you're accurate. So, and that's what I'm leading to this, is you can do these in your head. So again, we'll do a weird one. We'll do 1475, right? Or 14, no, we'll do like 1489. Just some, not even an even number, or a straight interval. So 1489, right? I'm gonna right off the bat, round that up to 15. Just round it up to 15. Alright, and we're gonna take 15% of that. You know, like the low end of the tip spectrum. So I'm going to round it up to 15, and we're going to take 15% of $15. All right. So what's 15%?
So maybe at this time you might pause the video and see, do it in your head, and then hit play, and then see if you got it right. Ready? Go.
All right, we're back.
Didn't pause you, dummy.
All right. So 15% of 15. That's 10 plus 5%. So 10% of 15 is 150. 5% of 15 is, that's going to be 0.75. So 150 plus 0.75 brings you 150, 275. That's 225.
Yeah.
So 225, in my head, 15, so 225. And then you may be looking at a calculator, and you're saying, oh, well, the real number was 1489. Okay, so 1489. And I said 225. Alright. So 1489, and we're going to do 15% of that. Alright, so 10% and 5%. So 10% of that is going to be 1.489. And then 5% of that is half of this, and half of this is going to be 4, 5, 4, 2, 7.7445. Let's see. I just want to see it. I don't know. It's 9, 8, 4. Okay, there we go. Alright, so 0.7445, right? So now we add them together. You get 1.4890 plus that, and you get 5, 3, 1, 12, 13, again 11, 12, and up. And the real number is 2.23. That's 1489, and this was 15. Oh, look at that. Off by 0.002. Oh, 0.02. So you tell me, I did that in my head like Einstein. You did this with all of these numbers all the way over here, doing all this with the carrying the ones, doing this, doing Dutagots, and we're only off by 0.02. So you tell me. You tell me.
I'm gonna tell you.
You tell me. Does it really matter by making that assumption up front? I rounded it up 0.11 times.
plus. I added 0.11 to the 1489, and at the end, I was only off by 0.02. And that right there is a very, very, very thin of the ice of quantum mechanics. So I want you to know that you can do these in your head, and it is more than suitable to break it down into 10, 5, and 1%, and then add up the interval to whatever it is that you need to do. If you need to do 28%, that's 10% plus 10% plus 5% plus 1% plus 1% plus 1%, and that gives you 28%, and you're golden. Okay? But you won't ever see that at a department store. You won't ever see that as a tip unless you're very nice and you're giving 28% tip. You'll generally see intervals of 10, 20, 10%, 20%, 30%.
Because they want you to do 50%. It in your head. They want you to be able to see the discount. They don't want you to just pretend it's smoke and mirrors magic, and when you get to the cash register, it's some sort of thing at Las Vegas where you roll the dice and you get, oh, look what I got off. But you'll feel a sense of joy when you go into the store and you see that it's only intervals of 10, and you don't have to do all this. It's just this, multiply, you do 10% of this, and say it's 30%, you multiply whatever 10% is by 3, kind of thing. Okay, now the last thing that we want to talk about really quick, because now that you're a percentage expert, this is just the nomenclature of how things work. If it's 15% off of something, that means you do this process and then subtract it from the original number. Now, and the other thing, you just take an F away. If it's 15% of something, not off, that would be just the number. So if you're walking around and you're seeing at a car dealership that we're having a sale where everything is 20% off, you go, oh, that's no big deal. Like 20% off, that's not much. And then you go to another car dealership and having a sale of 20% of. You jump on those cars faster than the speed of light, son. Okay? So now that you know how to do percentages in your head, I better not ever see you download the percentage tip app on your phone again, boy. Good luck. Have fun. Do math in your head. I love you all.